Today I am going to show you a quick application of data visualization using Streamlit. It is very simple, yet we can obtain interactive visualization with Plotly. Okay, so we import Streamlit as Streamlit, Plotly, import Plotly data express as px, import pandas as pd. Obviously, before importing this, you need to install pip install Streamlit, pip install Plotly, pip install pandas in your application, and then create the virtual environment. Here we have venv, and then we create the server file ranking.py. Okay, so once we have that, let's start with always writing a title. st.title. You know, Streamlit always reads from top to bottom. That's why the order is very, very important here. Title. Here, I'm just going to show you happiness versus freedom versus GDP. The idea is to show higher the GDP, higher the happiness or not, the greater freedom, higher the happiness or not. That is, we are going to show through the graphical visualization using the scatter plot, using Plotly. So once we have the title ready, now what we do, we just option A equals st dot select box. We need to have a input field where we select the data, right? So that is what select box will do. There is a typo, select box, and within that we have this select data for x-axis. We want to select data that goes into the x-axis. Okay, and then what we want to go into the axis, what should be the choices. For that we have, say, happiness. I'm going to put all this in cap. This is just a name designation, happiness. And I am going to put country name as well. I want to show you the countries that are happiest. Okay, country, happiness, comma, GDP, comma, freedom. Okay, these are the parameters for x-axis. Similarly, we set option B. I mean, just copy it down. Here, option A is, this will be option B. This is for another option, which is to put into the y-axis. Okay, same data, same selection. So say select data for y-axis. All right, so once we have that, so now we need data, right? So to get data, let me just now go back to data URL equals, I have data downloaded in my F drive, F. Okay, so happy.csv. That is where I have data. So you can use any external URL to get the data. That is how. Now we read the data. How do we read? pd.read CSV. What we read? Data URL from data URL, right? And then we store that as a data frame, df. Okay. So once we have data frame ready, now we start with a matching options. This is one of those in JavaScript and other languages called switch. Here we're going to do match function, like match option, match option A. Okay, match option A. What we're going to do, we're going to put the case. Case is going to be happiness. Happiness. Okay, case happiness. Now let's start with case country. COUNTRY, country. Just putting cases in caps to match with those names we gave. Case country. And then what do you do? df, no, x equals df, and extract that data country. Okay, the data in the data that is in lowercase. Similarly, we go to case, second case, happiness. Okay, once the case has x, it's a capital I. Make sure you have all these little things, keep in mind. X df, what we're going to do, we're going to get data from the database, which is in the lowercase happy, HAPPINESS. Okay, that is happiness. Match that. Another case GDP. GDP in the caps, case GDP. And X equals df GDP. Okay, so we have country, happiness, GDP, and freedom now. The last case is case freedom. Okay, case freedom. X equals df, it's no cap. X equals df freedom. Freedom is in the database like this. Freedom to make underscore to make underscore life underscore choices. That is the x-axis. We made a case for matching cases for x-axis. Let's copy this and just replace x-axis with x with y. Okay, so I'm going to Okay. Freedom XDF. Match option A. Oh, let me get that out down here. We have to go this and match option B instead of A. B. Okay. Option B. Case country Y. Country Y. Happiness Y. GDP Y. Freedom to make life choices. Okay. So option match option B. Match option B. I'm just going to give some space here. Option A. Oh, there was a cap. That's why. Option B. Okay. Match option B. So now we have the matching options. All we need to do now is let's put a subheading so that we can show the caption of the plot. st.subheader. Okay. And there we will do f string f option A, option A, option A. Okay, so that is going to be our caption of the plot. Now let's draw the plot with this. Fig equals px.scatter. Remember we have px plotly as px.scatter. Going to do df comma x equals x comma y equals y comma label. We're going to give a label of the options equals f string option A, option A versus option B. Okay, so we have the parameter for the figure. Now all we need to do, make sure I have quotes in there. Yes, and I am hoping this is not x equals x, y equals y. So to get that, freedom to choice, freedom to make life choices, happiness. Okay, see here, no freedom to make life choices, and happiness is also at the bottom. Here, freedom to make life choices, score 736, happiness is also very, very high. Okay, so this shows the power of Streamlit for data visualization. And always remember, the Streamlit does not need any templates, any styling. You can get all these things within one page of all the functionalities. Okay, you want to see happiness with the GDP? Here you go. Happiness and GDP, same thing. Lower the GDP, lower the happiness. Higher the GDP, higher the happiness. See, GDP 1892, GDP 2290, 7400 happiness index, GDP 758, 2400 happiness index. See, you can easily see this thing. So this was a quick show up to you of the power of Streamlit and Python for and how important it is for data analysis to have this kind of facilities for their presentations. Thank you for listening. Stay tuned for another Python functionalities I will be showing you in the next video. Meanwhile, please subscribe to my channel and support my channel. Thank you.